everyone. Thank you so much for joining Jem and I today. We're so excited to take just a little bit of time, and we're going to be talking to you about Imbolc. It is an amazing holiday. It has a lot of really cool features and a lot of different things to start off your year in a really great vibration. So Jem and I are so excited to be talking to you. And Jen, anything you want to say before we open up?
Hi, friends. So thank you for joining us tonight, and thank you for joining us on this Imbolc night. We're coming off all this really awesome energy from the super full blood moon that was happening. That was like, I think, crushing all of our souls for a little bit in there. But now it's making way for all this really happy energy, and we're really excited to talk to you guys about it tonight. Every time that we get together and have these chats, we're going to kind of open up and just kind of invite in the right energy before we start out all of our sessions. So I'm just going to take a moment to just kind of ask that any of our, archangels, angels, spirit guides, just any kind of good energy to be surrounding us tonight, and to just protect us, protect our viewers, and to just really help us in learning and growing on this journey together, for our highest good, our highest purpose or better. And I'm just going to go ahead and say thank you to everyone for being here. I'm going to also just start off the night with my angel card of the day, which today was the Angel of Abundance. So totally fitting for today, first day of February. It's Imbolc. It's just such a nice time for new beginnings and really kind of feeling like spring is on the way. So our daily affirmation for today is, I am life abundant and the love of God lives in me. So I'm just going to read off the rest of the card. And it says, to lovingly accept people and situations, knowing that here and now all is in the right place and at the right moment, is to be aware of abundance. Abundance is not a great quantity of things, but the awareness of quality within all that we have. And I think that it's just really important for us to all kind of like take a step back and reflect on the beautiful things that we have in our lives. Like, life is crazy. This physical life is crazy. Trying to balance everything else going on in the universe is crazy. It's so important to express gratitude, whether you want to keep a gratitude journal, whether it's daily affirmations, whatever it is for you. It's just so important to reflect on the good that we have in order to make way for the good that's to come. And that's a lot that we're going to be discussing here when we get together and talk. So I'm going to turn it over to Merrylynn. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Yeah, I'm just really excited. Everything that you're saying, it just connects so deeply. And that's what I love about this season and this particular holiday. I think it's probably one of my favorite Sabbaths. I don't know, it's a time of renewal. A lot of us have been having a harder January where it maybe wasn't the best energy and it's been a little bit rough. And this really feels like the new year. I think that's what I'm connecting to so deeply right now, is that it is basically the new year. And how I really connect, how I really learn is think a lot about my ancestors and what they used to do. And this kind of gets into the history of, Imbolc and what it really means, but just feeling it personally, it really reminds me of kind of a different time, of my ancestors, of what they were doing at this time. And they just went through a really rough winter and they're not sure if they're going to have food, if there's going to be enough supplies. And finally they can start hearing some of the robins make noise and they can start feeling spring and that beautiful energy again. And it's such a time of hope, such a time of kind of stepping off on the right step, like the right foot. That's what this holiday really means to me. So Jen, I want to ask you a question, I think.
Go for it, girlfriend.
So right now, in this moment, do you feel abundant?
Oh, I feel 100% abundant. I feel 1,000% abundant. I feel like this last week has been such like a tumultuous array of emotions. I think with everything that's just going on in the universe and things that are going on in all of our lives, I think so many people are feeling this way. Just the cosmos were going crazy there for a little while, but it's such a big buildup to something amazing and wonderful. And I feel grateful that you and I are able to pursue doing this right now. I'm grateful for my business, for your business, for, it's an exciting time for, I don't know, all of us in our lives. And it's so important to take that moment to actually acknowledge it, and to like really live in the present moment. So that way you're able to just, I don't know, not only enjoy it to its fullest, but so it's like, so you don't miss it, like so that you're actually relishing in it. And I feel so blessed and so grateful for, I don't know, right where I am at this moment and kind of understanding at this point that I am exactly where I'm supposed to be at this moment.
Absolutely. And I think a lot of you out there are going to feel those very similar emotions. There's different stages in the year when we feel gratitude for many different things. We just kind of came out of the Yule and the Christmas holiday, Hanukkah, when we're, very grateful for things. And that feels really nice. But this is a different type of grateful. This is really kind of, again, connecting back to the holiday. This is a time of home and hearth. This is where the goddess breed of Irish different cultures, she's really the one that protects our home, that she reawakens the light inside of us. And when you think of what you're grateful for at this time, it's going to be things that matter to you deeply. Your friends, your family, your home, your success. That is where you're going to feel abundant, and that's where you're going to feel grateful. Or that might be where you're feeling a little bit triggered right now. And if that's the case, that's totally okay. That's some of the things that we're going to work through, and those are some of the things that you need healing with. But it's really kind of you're finally coming out of winter, and you finally can hold a candle, and there's light being brought back into the earth and back into your energy right now. And you're going to feel that in those deep parts of your body. You're going to feel that in your love, your home, and your hearth. And I think that's why I just connect so deeply to this holiday, because those are definitely, someone who dwells in safety, those are things that truly matter to me.
Absolutely. I think you and I both have so many things to be excited about. You're getting ready to move.
Yep.
I just moved. Like, I just got married. There's so many happy things going on in each of our lives right now. And I think it's important that no matter how big or how small, we're taking the time to reflect on just giving ourselves more credit too, as far as how far we've come. I think that more often than not, we want to, get into our own head. This physical existence, tells us that, you have to have the car and the house and have whatever thing society tells you to. And then you start to realize that none of that really matters the more that you connect with your inner self, and just taking the time for the things that are really important, for the people, places, things, hobbies that you care about, your passions. Like, what is your livelihood that makes you want to get up in the morning? And, I just think sometimes life just goes by so fast because we're all so busy, and we all have like so many things that we're trying to juggle, like in this modern life of technology, and it can be overwhelming. And I think just really taking the moments to not forget who you truly are, and to be willing to step outside of your comfort zone to become who you're truly supposed to be.
Yes, I've been feeling this very hard. I've been going, yes, I'm moving, but I've also just felt the inspiration to be cleaning out all of my old nonsense. That is very powerful energy this time of year. That's part of the season. But I want to bring in the things that matter to me and the things that truly make me happy. My hobbies, who I really am. And right now I'm noticing a lot of clutter and kind of nonsense that has nothing to do with who I really am on the inside. And I've been really inspired to kind of clean that out in my life. And I think a lot of people are probably feeling that right now.
Absolutely. That's why this time of year is so crucial. I mean, even the whole, the mythology behind this time of year is just, it's the time after, the goddess gave birth to the god, and he's developing and he's growing and he's becoming, fortified every day. He's becoming stronger every day. He's becoming who he's really supposed to be every day. And it's just symbolic of what we're all doing at this time of year. We're trying to clear out the bullshit, for lack of a better term, in any area of our lives,
Mhm.
whether it's material and physical, or whether it's relationships or friendships that, aren't working any longer, certain toxic elements of your life, just kind of giving yourself an overall cleanse. And it's just a good time to really restart. And, this is the time, winter's coming to an end, but we still have a little bit of time to recharge. And, if we're still feeling tired, it's just listening to our bodies, like taking the time to really care for ourselves so that way we're able to be our best.
Mm. That's a big thing. I think that right now, you know, everyone always puts emphasis on the first of the years when you're going to start your workout routine and you're going to do all these things. But
Oh
the
yeah.
first of the year really kind of felt crappy. And I haven't felt like doing any of that this month. I had a lot of healing. I think a lot of people went through a lot of healing this month and struggled to rise up and struggled to kind of see the light a little bit. It was a dark time. I mean, that's, as the seasons are changing, that's just natural. It's time for you to kind of rebalance, recalibrate, and to heal. And really kind of coming into this, I feel motivated to take care of myself. I feel motivated to be a little bit healthier. Jem, I think you just started a pretty big diet change over there. Is that right?
I did. So I have given up eating meat. So I'm pescatarian. So sorry, vegans and vegetarians, don't hate me. I am still eating fish and dairy. Like, I still love animals dearly and
Small
love you all dearly too. So don't hate, but I can't give up my sushi, guys. I'm sorry. I can't give up my sushi and I can't give up my cheese. So I have given up many, many other things. So I'm feeling so much better as a result. This is not the first time that I've done this.
Second, right?
Yeah, this is the second. The first time I did it was for over a year. And I felt great about it. And I got lazy with it. I really did. I got lazy with it and my body wasn't getting proper nutrition anymore. And, now I'm older and I'm in like such a better, different place. And, I'm about to be 32 tomorrow.
Happy birthday!
Happy early birthday. I don't know. I'm just thinking I'm more health minded now. I just got married. Like it's like, I don't know, when you're in your 20s and stuff, you're kind of just rolling. And now I'm trying to be
McDonald's.
yes, exactly. More conscious of taking care of myself, excuse me, like mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, all areas of the life, just trying to keep it in balance.
Right. And that's probably not the right choice for everyone. Everyone needs to make their own choice, but whether you're feeling inspired to move or to change your diet or to add some things, it's not always about taking away. Maybe you're just adding in a smoothie or adding in a few hours of gym time or meditation. There's probably something that's happening right now that a lot of people are feeling motivated to change or get into a better routine with. And I think that's what's so exciting about this time, because really whatever you're doing now is going to make a difference throughout this whole year. This is a very powerful moon. This is very powerful energy. It's really setting the stage for what you're doing this year. So this is a really great holiday to kind of refresh, find some clarity, and not start over, but start on maybe a slightly different path.
I agree. I think it's a good time. I think it's a time for reflection. It's a time for what you want in your life and also what you don't want in your life, and acknowledging those things and, putting your priorities in the right places, for yourself and for others, and just learning how to dance that fine line.
So what are you getting rid of and bringing in for this season?
Well, we are, like I said, we bought our house in August, so we've been getting things together little by little, but between getting married and stuff like that, like we got so far and then we just stopped, and it was pretty much like boxes are in a room and we're just going to leave them there, and that's a giant glorified closet now. So I have so much clutter that I'm getting rid of. Some things obviously that are going to be held on to, but other things donated. There's certain things that it's time to move on. There's no reason to hang on to clutter. I think it's hard, especially for women sometimes, to not be like totally sentimental about stupid things and want to hang on to things that just truly aren't serving a purpose anymore. And, I think just being able to differentiate from like a truly sentimental special item that needs to be kept on, held on to, or you're going to regret it in so many years because it's special, and just having stuff that
Right.
starts to weigh you down.
It does. So you're making some space in your life for good things of quality, not quantity.
Absolutely. That's just it. So we're about to redo our kitchen in a couple weeks.
Awesome.
So that's going to be another nice opportunity to just move out things that we're no longer using, reorganize, give everything homes and places that make sense and not just, oh man, where did that go? Wherever you left it last. Which happens sometimes. Like life gets
Totally.
busy and, we all have so many things going on, but it's just, it makes your life flow so much more clearly when you
Definitely.
have organization.
Felt really before this call, that's why we had to postpone it, is I was cleaning out my closet and I have like a big container for all my makeup. I'm not going to show you how big, but it houses all the makeup, and I was going through it and cleaning stuff out, and I found, you probably remember this makeup because it is 10 years old, but it was this little square like Rimmel black eyeliner that we used to do like the hardcore
Yes.
liner. So I still have that.
Oh
I
my,
threw it out today.
oh my God.
It
I
wasn't
wish I saw it before you threw it out.
so among with 3 other bags of nonsense, just I could never use that. It smelled horrible. It wasn't healthy to use in any capacity, but it was really inspiring. And I threw out a whole bunch of lipsticks. Like I looked at them and they were kind of ugly or whatever. I just tossed them, and it felt so good to get rid of that. And I think that's one of the great and super easy things that you can do this season to really kind of connect deeply and to feel the beautiful parts of the season. That's so easy. It's like cleaning out your makeup. Like, just do it.
Yeah, just do it, man. It's going to make you feel so much better on so many levels.
Plus, you can get all type of really nice new stuff. You have excuses now.
Yep, treat yourself.
Yourself. Cleaning makeup brushes is something else I'm going to spend a little bit of time doing tonight. They make this all happen. They need to be treated with love.
That is so true. They are tools of the trade.
What else do you like to do for the season?
This season, I'm getting ready to plant because now that I'm in my house, I want to have flowers. I want to have some veggies and herbs. So I'm in the process of kind of trying to map out what I want to grow and when I need to grow it.
Mm-hmm.
So I can start getting things ready to germinate and start doing their thing. And just also kind of trying to look into like unique ways on Pinterest to decorate the house with them, like they're so good to have in certain rooms to just freshen up the oxygenate. Whoa. Whoa. Is this going to be in the bloopers of Mystic Mages? Jen trying to say oxygenation.
I'm leaving it in, friends.
Go for it. This is me, guys. That about sums me up. Oh man. Okay. Plants are cool.
Plants are cool. I get so not jealous, but living in Colorado, it snows until May, till Mother's Day. So I don't get to do any of my planting or anything until far too late in the season. Not too late, but it hurts a little bit.
Yeah, it's hard, man. You lose out on some time.
But like any good witch, every windowsill I have is full of plants.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
you're doing just fine.
Oh yeah, it's the way to go. In my house growing up, my mom always had spider plants, like spider plants hanging in each of the windows. Almost always.
They were probably older than you.
Probably.
I have to show everyone my aloe plant. It's, I don't know, 2 feet tall by like 2 feet like this. And I call it an heirloom aloe plant because it was my great grandmother's aloe plant that like it's been spliced and handed down. You remember like the bay windows my mom used to have in the front?
Yeah.
There was like all those aloe plants. Well, this is one of them. So
Oh
been
my
around
God, that's so cool.
And there's something so, I don't know, peaceful about having plants. And that's a lot of times in your bedroom too, which I don't think a lot of people do, but they're so nice in there and it just makes such a difference. And now's a great time to start getting some plants and doing things like that.
Absolutely. It really does improve the air quality. Like it purifies and just, I don't know, it just kind of resets a lot of the energy. And it's just, I don't know, it's just good to have living creatures around, that are not human.
Can't put those on your windowsill.
No, nor would I want to.
Totally. And there's
Love you
some
guys
really
anyway.
good plants that work really good in all types of light. One of the ones that I love, and I have one over there, it's an African violet. And those just
Ooh.
work really good in pretty much all conditions. And then aloe, I mean, I couldn't kill this thing if I tried. I think that's another really good one. Do you have any
Yeah.
that you love for indoors specifically? Spider plants, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, the spider plants are incredible because you can, I mean, even if you just, same thing, if you have a little clipping of a spider plant from another plant, I mean, once you have one, you can grow several, which is probably what my mother did.
I have such a good story about this. About my mom. Like, no joke. This is like a memory implanted in my life. So we went to KFC and they like walking up to the register had like these like a really nice row of plants. The one kind of by Ramapo, that
Oh
KFC.
yeah, the Taco Bell KFC. Oh,
And my mom like wanted the plant, so she took a clipping from like the KFC, and that plant is still alive. Like to this day, we
oh,
still own that KFC plant.
whatever chemicals it was exposed to, that thing's never gonna die.
No, it's gonna live forever. But you can get inspiration from anywhere.
Exactly.
Into your home. It doesn't matter if it's okay with the plant to take a little bit, it's okay to bring it into your house.
Exactly.
Even if it comes from KFC.
Hey, wherever it comes from, the more plants, the better.
Totally. So what else? Is there anything else that you really love to do for this season? Do you do any special cooking?
Cooking, I mean, especially now that I've given up meat, it's been unique because I'm, cooking certain things for myself and cooking certain things for Rudy. And we've been eating, I mean, a lot more vegetables and stuff, just trying to, I don't know, just trying to get not back on the right track, but it's so hard after the holidays, like after the holidays, it's just, there's so much overindulgence, and eating is like such a big part of our holidays, like in
Mhm.
our culture. And it's just, we totally all end up eating things that we know we shouldn't. And it's just, you do have to like reset your brain. And it's amazing when you're eating whole foods, how differently your body feels, it's just setting you on the right track for having more energy and for being able to accomplish more and for just feeling better, just kind of letting go of some of the sludge. Our bodies really are machines and we have to keep it going. And if we're, not giving it what it needs, it's going to catch up to us on so many levels. So it's such a good time of year that if you have kind of been letting certain things like that go, it's important to get back in the habit of, making a quick, easy smoothie in the morning, instead of not eating anything or just having a cup of coffee or whatever it is that so many people do because we're on the run, and just making sure that you take those moments for yourself to actually really truly take care of yourself.
Absolutely. And I think that something that's really unique about this time of the year is each time of the year, sorry, I didn't see that you were talking.
No, that's okay.
So
Run a
each
little
time of the
nuts.
year really is part of a circle, and we'll go into kind of the circle, and I don't want to get too deep into that with you guys right now, but each season, each phase has its own energy. And sometimes when you're trying to get back on the wagon in a way, you're trying to kind of get back into it. It can be really hard to do that in, say, July sometimes or September. I mean, maybe that energy might float you up, but sometimes you can feel a lot of resistance, or it can just be harder in different times of the year. So this is a time of very peaceful, very loving, very calm, very soft energy. So it's a great time to be able to kind of just slide back into it, and then going with the seasons around the wheel and just raising your vibration and just going through the cycle. It's an amazing time to kind of enter into that. And that's such a great part about the holiday. Or a lot of people are going to be kind of waking up, and things are going to be coming up, some things that need some attention, and you can just kind of handle them really easily. And then with the seasons, with nature, just kind of go around and raise your energy. And I love that this time of year for that, because everyone can really get on board. You don't have to drag people quite so hard. People want to get on board right now.
Absolutely. I think it's spring awakening, it's just you're starting to reevaluate certain choices and people and circumstances in your life and starting to really, I don't know, put stock in what matters and just
Mhm.
find other ways to connect with who you really are. It's going to start warming up again soon. People are going to be spending more time outdoors, connecting with animals.
Mhm.
There's so many ways to connect with nature that can really raise your vibration. And this time of year is such a beautiful time to do so.
Absolutely. And it's a great time to kind of just pick one thing and kind of play with it a whole lot, whether it's tarot cards or maybe you want to grab some different crystals, maybe you want to get into a clearing routine. I found that you can really, your energy is not quite so distracted as it is with other times. So you can really pick one thing and focus in on it. And I think that's what's really exciting too. Maybe you want to just freshen up your house. Maybe you want to get into tuning fork or Reiki, whatever it is. You can kind of pick, of course, you can do more than one thing, but it's really a great time to pick something and just kind of dive in and learn something new, which I always love.
Absolutely. And that's all a part of our personal growth too. It's so important to, I don't know, it's motivating and it boosts your confidence when you're learning something new.
Mhm.
Just like unlocking those parts of your brain that, it's a pat on the back. It feels good. You're bettering yourself. You're furthering yourself. It's good for you on so many levels. And it can be so many different things to so many different people, but just having that kind of connection with something that you're really passionate about and just like igniting that spark, like that's that fire that keeps you going, like, all through spring and summer and just, I don't know, you're ready to take on the world.
Absolutely. So
Good.
I think that I want to give everyone 6 tips, three each, of things that they can do to kind of bring in the light of the season, to kind of connect deeply to what's going on and, get involved with their little inner witch a little bit and kind of be a part of the season. So you can start or I can start, but I want to do 6 of them. Put
All
you
right. You go ahead, my friend.
So I think I went through a few of them, but I think one that I'm really inspired to share, because this is something that we never do. And this is something that it's part of the holiday, it's part of the season. But if you're an out of the broom closet practitioner or not, you can do this. So it's not something where, it's 9 brown candles on Thursday or anything. It's going to be something that anyone can do. So it's really going through your refrigerator and clearing it out, which I know sounds kind of goofy, but think about how many things there is in your refrigerator. Jen, there's a bottle of mustard in my refrigerator from like 3 years ago that will never, ever, ever be used again.
Never.
Never.
It's mine.
It's all you.
It's
But
my mustard. She hates mustard, guys.
I
I
hate
love it.
it. It's the only thing we disagree on.
I know. It's pretty true.
But there's like bottles of mustard and like old crusty bottles of sriracha and just like olives and just stuff that like it's old and it needs to be taken out of my fridge, and I never think to do that. So it's almost a little ritual where you can put on some Stevie Nicks or some other like killer jams and just go through your fridge and just clean it out. And whether your parents are there or your significant other is there or you're by yourself, it doesn't matter. It's still this little ritual where you get to kind of clean something out, to kind of get rid of some of the old stuff to make room for the new. And I think that's my first tip, is to go ahead and kind of clean out your refrigerator.
Absolutely. I like that. I think it's a good starting point.
Definitely.
And I think it's just also a good reminder that we want to clean out the refrigerator in many areas of our lives, ladies and gentlemen. So, whoever or whatever it is that needs to be eliminated, and however that means, it doesn't mean that you have to completely cut people out of your lives, but it's about having boundaries with people, knowing what people are trouble and that are energy vampires and that just suck the life out of you, and just being able to protect yourself, like returning any vibes that you're feeling with love and just letting that shit go, but knowing to protect yourself and knowing that there's certain people that you either got to have them in small doses, or maybe you got to reevaluate what place they're really taking in your life, because you're never going to be able to save anybody else, and you have to focus on bettering yourself. Like, people are only capable of saving themselves, and that's, I think, what we're learning most, like, on our journey, the two of us, is just, we've done so much growing, and we've, known each other for so many years now, like from childhood to now, like being in our early 30s, and we've been there through it all. And it's just, those are phases in your life where you make new friends, or you're dating certain people, or you have some job that is just like absolutely a monster, and you're too afraid to leave. We all have these situations where fear or guilt or these other kind of like negative feelings keep us sort of stuck, and keep us dealing with certain situations instead of valuing ourselves more and really kind of coming into our power. And it's such a power struggle, because many of us are empaths, and we're feeling everyone's feelings all at once, and sometimes it's overwhelming. It's hard to know what feelings are even yours or anyone else's. And those are so many things that we're going to talk about as a group, and that we're going to kind of help each other out with. But this is such an important time of year to really start thinking about those things. It's crucial to your development.
So tip 2 is to cut it out.
Yeah, cut the cords, baby. Joey Gladstone.
Totally. So my tip 3, it's just going to be a quick one this time. I won't go too long. But it's something, again, really simple, and that's doing your nails in the color of the season. So this is, again, another one where you don't have to set up an altar, and you don't have to do all of these things to just be a part of this season. So I think it's really fun to do up your nails, whether you just want to do regular colors, if you want to just paint on with Sharpies or something, like whatever you want to do, go wild, have a great time, but some colors. And I think, Jen, correct me if I'm wrong, but the colors of the seasons is going to be white, purple, yellow, and orange. Those are kind of the colors of the season.
That ultraviolet is the Pantone color of the year, guys.
Yes. Very excited about that. All right, so Jen, you're up for tip 4 now.
Well, I think in general, it's just a good time to kind of spruce yourself up, revamp yourself. I recently added a little color to my do. So, whether you want to do something new, dye your hair a fun color, trim up your hair, go get a spray tan by me, whatever it is you want to do. I think just trying something new, and just, it feels good to shake things up. Sometimes we get, I don't know, it's winter, we're like, I don't know, everybody's cooped up in the house, everybody's staying home. You're not thinking always as much about like putting on a cute outfit, or, like doing your makeup. Like, everybody wants to be in sweats on the couch. Like, it's just that time of year that it's hard. So it's nice to motivate yourself and just have that moment where you're feeling really pretty, and whatever it is, if it's just a little subtle change, or whether it's something drastic and something fun that you've never, really done before, why not? It's a great time of year to just kind of shake it up and, I don't know, give your look a change.
And it's was a full moon in Leo, so the Leo's coming out in everyone.
My husband.
Yes.
Aquarius married to a Leo. Air sign,
I didn't know he was a Leo.
married to a fire sign. Love him so much. But it's wildfire.
Makes perfect sense.
I know, it's perfect.
So the last one, my number 5, is just a little ritual that is just perfect for this season. So all you need for this little ritual is 2 candles. It would be ideal if they were white and black, but it don't matter. Whatever 2 candles you have will be completely fine. The world is not going to not give you what you're intending because you used the wrong color candle. So this one really kind of focuses on getting quiet and connecting to the goddess, whether you want to go with, God, goddess, soul, read, universe, whatever you want, doesn't matter. But what you're going to do is kind of light your first candle, and this is going to be your black candle, your darker candle, or your first candle. And you're going to light it, and you're going to kind of think about all the things you want to let go of this year, kind of the things that you are ready to release from. And I actually took a lot of time and wrote like a whole letter that I'm going to burn about this tonight. It needed to come out. But while you have that one candle, just kind of set the intention of what you want to let go. And then you light your second candle and you set the intention for what you want to bring in. And I wrote that on like a much prettier envelope for myself that I'm going to keep so I can look back, but really kind of what you want to get rid of and what you want to call in. And then when you're done with your little ceremony, you can, if you had cast a circle, go ahead and close that, blow out your candles, and just show a little bit of gratitude. And, you know, it doesn't need to be on an altar. It can just be 2 candles on your table. But if you have a sacred space, setting it up will just kind of intensify it. But that's one that I love to do this time of year. And it's just something really special that you can do with very minimal materials.
I agree with that. I think it's important even to just make little things in your daily life a ritual, whether it's cooking an awesome meal and you're putting so much love out into it, you know, whether it's dropping a little piece of hematite into your makeup setting spray or your toner, so that way you feel like you are just protected and grounded and taking on the world every day. You know, whether it's doing a little candle ritual in the morning or drawing an angel card or a tarot card in the morning, whether it's sitting and taking some time to meditate with a crystal, you know, whatever it is for you for that particular day, it's such a nice way to start off the day. And, you know, and to just, if you can do it in the morning or if you can do it before bed, I think it's just a nice way to either start or end the day and just, I don't know, really take a moment for yourself.
Number 6, set a little routine.
Yeah.
Okay. And routines change, so they can change as much as you want, but just give something a
Absolutely.
little bit of a try.
Yeah, absolutely. Just, you know, it doesn't have to be every morning or every evening, just, you know, trying to find a little moment of the day where you express some sort of gratitude or, you know, have a moment to just connect. And I think to just pay attention to the signs that are around you too. You know,
Act with them.
I was telling Mary the other day, I've just been having so many number sequences coming at me. It's been like rampant leading up to the full moon, just 222, 1111, like 333, like all the time. Just, you know, there's so many different interesting sequences and, you know, interesting things happening with animals, you know, and eventually we'll get into things like spirit animals and stuff like that too. But this is a great time of year to, you know, try to connect with those little things and try to piece together, you know, don't ignore the things that are happening around you. They're happening for a reason, and it's spirit trying to tell you something.
We're sitting in such good energy right now. Everything's kind of calling out and you can just latch on to so many things. And this really is going to be that energy wave that carries you so gently through this year. It's going to be such a good year where what you're really focusing on now, what you're really paying attention to now, I think is what's going to manifest itself. So if you're kind of down in the dumps or you're really, really heartbroken about Valentine's Day, or if there's something there that's just hurting you, you really need to put it down. That's what the time is. It's time to put it down and then find hope, find gratitude about what you do have. Because no matter how bad one situation is, the rest of your life can be amazing. So there's so much gratitude. So finding that gratitude and really helping that take up your energy so that you can ride this beautiful kind of energy out there right now. That's really the magic of the season. Any kind of spells that you're doing right now, any type of enchantments that you're doing, anything that you're focusing on, it's just really going to be supercharged. So make sure you're focusing on the right stuff and not cranky stuff.
Absolutely. We got to get the cranky pants out of here. Ain't nobody got time for that.
No, we just don't.
No, let's start the year off right and do the right thing and just listen to yourself. One thing that I've been trying to be really conscious about lately, you know, when I'm starting to feel anxious or I feel like I'm starting to get into my own head or, you know, there's negative thoughts like coming at me from somewhere or from something, I try to really stop in that moment and call myself or whoever or whatever it is out on it and really put it to an end and say, this is not me thinking this right now. I don't want to think this right now. And I'm going to put this to bed and I'm going to move on. And I send love back and I try to cut the cords and just push back and just kind of ground myself, because more often than not, we're so sensitive to all of the craziness that might be going on around us that we really have to take the time to properly protect ourselves. And sometimes it's as simple as that, as just catching yourself in that moment when you're either saying something negative or thinking it, and really just kind of, taking a minute to kind of explore where that's coming from and put it to bed.
I think that's been kind of hard for me and for us because we've gone through this all together in the past.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
when you're not clear on who you are and what you want and kind of what you think, you don't know if these thoughts are yours or not. And that can be really hard because, you're doing something and this thought, well, don't do this because, you suck or whatever. You just don't know if that's truly your thought or if that's just the kind of a negative influence. So that's why it's so important to know, really connect in with yourself, to learn out who you are so that when things like this happen and when negative thoughts come in, you can tell, is it just my warning system? Is this a past experience? Or is this total BS and doesn't belong to me and just needs to be returned back? So that's such an important thing that you can do that a lot of times I think we forget about.
Absolutely. And it's so important to take that time for yourself and, give yourself a pat on the back that like you are doing things that are really, really wonderful too. And even if life is less than what you would want it to be in this moment, just knowing that there's a reason for it and just being patient and having faith and trust and confidence in the universe that it's all going to work itself out the way that it's supposed to. And just remaining humble and grateful for what you have in that moment that's going to carry you through and get you by.
And this comes from some serious experience because we have both been through a lot in our lives, to kind of say the least. And we've had these horribly shitty moments where it's hard to see any type of light, let alone the light. But we've made it here. We've made it to this amazing life that we both have. And this really comes from knowing that and having gone through all of that before, that you can find hope in any situation. I promise.
Absolutely. And just taking ownership for how powerful you are too, and just never forgetting that. I think so often we forget it. So often we have so many insecurities and fears, and, we worry about what other people think about us, and we feel like we're being judged, and we get into our own head and, caring less about what other people think, and understanding that 9 times out of 10 people probably don't really even think it, and that we just need to chase any kind of negativity away and really just kind of nip it in the moment and reiterate how wonderful we are too, and how it's kind of a miracle that we've gotten where we've gotten, and you've, have had certain things happen in your life, and maybe you were making certain decisions that were not, the wisest for yourself, and you're kind of lost in that moment, and there's a lot of darkness in those moments too. And I think just recognizing that, without the darkness we wouldn't have the light, and there does have to be a delicate balance of both, and it's just making the right choices to stay in the light and to try to keep the dark away, and forgiving yourself and knowing that it's okay. Like, we all have those moments, and they all happen to everyone for a reason, because it's making you who you are.
So true. It really, looking back as we age gracefully, it's
Very
easy.
gracefully, I might say.
It's easy to look back and kind of see all of those awful lessons as things that truly grew us and made us. I wouldn't be so happy now. I wouldn't be so thankful now. I wouldn't be such a teacher now and running my own business and being like a world's greatest best friend and stuff now if it wasn't for all of these lessons and all that we've been through. So it's hard when you're in the moment, but there's always the wave. There's always going to be the upside, the good. There's always the excitement, and that's, I think, what we can really be thankful to this time of year. Our home, our hearth, our love, our successes, our strength, our gratitude, they're all really strong right now, and I love that. It's a great new year.
Absolutely. And today, everybody's got to go check out. We did our first tarot card of the day today. And for anyone who didn't read it yet, the card of the day was the sun, and just such an appropriate day for the first day of February for Imbolc. We're starting off a new month. It's a Sabbath, and it's such a beautiful card, and it's the ray of sunshine. It's the ray of hope. It's fresh starts, it's new beginnings, and it's just having all of that positive energy coming your way to kind of set the stage for what's to come for the rest of the year. So if you guys missed out on it, go check it out, either on our website or on our Instagram page. You guys can also find us on Pinterest now. We've got all kinds of fun stuff over there, and we're going to have some really fun stuff coming up on our Etsy page soon as well.
It's very exciting. And we're going to be doing a video on the crystals of the month, which I'm really excited for. Jen and I have each picked out some crystals to share with you guys, kind of help and support your energy through this month and just kind of guide. And then I'm not going to spoil all the details, but Jen has some delicious things going on over there that I'm really excited about, and some beautiful things. So we have a lot of great content coming for you guys. As always, if you need anything at all, go ahead and reach out to us. We're always here to answer questions, to kind of guide you, to be your mages in this whole little world that we live in. So I think that we're just going to close down class now.
Absolutely.
Jen, I'll let you go ahead and close down while I do some energy work over here.
Absolutely. So I'm just going to thank everyone for coming out and joining us tonight. I thank you for supporting us on this adventure and for deciding to spend your evening with us. I'm so grateful to our spirit guides and our angels and archangels and all the positive energy that has been coming our way to lead us up to this point. And me and Mary are just so incredibly grateful. Thank you so much for showing us positive energy, for showing us love, for showing us hope on this venture, for protecting us, for protecting our viewers, and keeping this a truly safe space, and a really just wonderful, welcoming community for us to all learn and grow on our path. So thank you guys so much. I hope you guys have a wonderful evening, and stay tuned. There's more fun to come.
We'll see you soon, guys. Take care.